And we are live. Bonjour. Bruno here with Daniel. And today is another edition of the LARVOL Onco podcast, where the good people of LARVOL are talking about our platform CLIN, in particular today in the context of the upcoming GU meeting at the Moscone Center in San Francisco in 1 week. Daniel and I will be there on location. And so the next podcast will be from the exhibit floor at ASCO GU, like we did last
Moscone
year, I believe,
West.
right? Moscone West.
Yes.
That's right. And so if you're there, we hope to meet. You can find me easily. I'm the guy with a purple cap and the purple outfit. And Danielle will have not the purple cap, but he's
I'll
the
be
other
clothed.
Guy. He'd be So we're going to give you another walkthrough to a data platform, a unique data platform, and how it can help you prepare for you. And it's not too late. You can still ask for it. You can still get a demo. You can still get perhaps even a pilot account to use the platforms. I'm going to pass you the microphone, Daniel, and you can give us a quick tour.
I just got a call. A very important call. Today only.
Today only.
If they reach out today only to me,
Like-
to you
like now.
on the comments,
Like now. Yes.
they get 3 free months of CLIN for them and a teammate.
Did you check
Today
with your boss?
only. I didn't. I went on a basis of apologize instead of ask for permission.
Wise man. Right. So we're stuck with it. Well, okay. So
Yeah.
let's
months.
show people the
What's the
amazing value that they would
What's the
get.
value of that? 3 months.
It's a lot of value.
$3,000.
It's a lot of value for sure. Right. So our platform CLIN. Let me say 2 words about CLIN, and then you can give the demo. So CLIN is the unique platform. Only LARVOL has that platform. It's essentially a Google map of cancer data. So every publicly known cancer data, especially data from conference, has been curated with a mix of AI and expert into a single platform, one place where everything is, every hazard ratio, every Kaplan-Meier curve, every abstract, every press release, every commentary from every oncologist, 6,000 of them, on X, all of that organized for you. Years of work, and we're very proud of what we've done. And we want to make sure you know about it and you use it and you try it. That's my infomercial. Back to you, Daniel.
All right. So we are on the conferences tab of CLIN. We're looking at GU, and we kind of use this as a landing page to, 1, see what to talk about at the conference. 2, get a general gauge for what's going to be buzzing, what's going to be popping, what might be flopping, as we can see from Sunrise 2. Before the conference,
Something is flopping.
Well, they did a pre-data release.
Oh, flopping. Yes.
If we click in on the red, right, they already pre-announced it, right? They kind of ripped the Band-Aid beforehand, and they said, hey, there's significant lack of efficacy on this trial. Just a heads up. If you want to go to the plenary, you can skip it.
Well, what about the point that the negative data is sometimes the most interesting one?
That I agree with.
We don't want to hide our failures. We want to, there's a lot to learn. So there are 2 of these trials that are flops.
Yes. Well, I mean, there's one that's a generalized flop for now, which is Sunrise. And if we click in, we can kind of read here Dr. Netchi's post. The press release anticipated the study was negative.
Okay.
Right. So this is factually speaking. And now let's check what the negative data for LIGHTSPARK 22 is, which is interesting because those are the 2 kind of headlining trials for this conference, right? LIGHTSPARK 11 and LIGHTSPARK 22 for RCC. LIGHTSPARK 02, the adjuvant one, we should not change SOC based on PFS, EFS. We have to make sure that there is real meaningful OS benefit.
Okay.
I'm going to give our AI the benefit of the doubt here.
Well, maybe it's a neutral rather than a red, perhaps. Right. So we might disagree with what the AI extracted as sentiment from that tweet.
Yeah.
I want to do a little detour and derail a little bit your presentation. Go on the feed and find a prediction of data based on AI at ASCO GU. So our team took the higher anticipated data, and we use our AI platform and approach to try to predict the results, right? And of course, some of them we already know they're negative, so it's easier to predict what it would be. And so this is what we predicted. Now, I believe these data have not been, so we posted that on social media so people know we
We did.
wouldn't cheat. Now we have to wait for the data and see if we and our AI were correct.
Well, we'll see. If this is correct, the two kind of most buzzing trials in social media before the conference, LightSpark 11 and LightSpark 22, maybe they didn't do that well.
Well, if the AI predicted that they were flops, there must be a reason for that.
Maybe
And
they
I
didn't do that
assume
well. So we'll
it's
see.
not just that it analyzes the nature of the trial. There must be some early indication or press release indicating that they flopped. And then AI is trying to predict what the number are going to be.
Yep. So we'll see. We'll stay posted. We can kind of do a check-in on this if we're doing it day 2 of the conference, the podcast, or day 1 of the conference, most probably. Maybe there's some data out. We can probably come in and check, see how good our AI is. I don't know. We're putting ourselves out there, right? Please come back, bookmark this post, and then comment it after the conference.
I've got one comment on it, which is interesting. If you zoom on the prediction from ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, and Grok, there is one cell that comes through, and it's ChatGPT disagreeing with its counsel, its peers, and saying that that Keymaker U04 sub-study is going to be kind of bad result, hazard ratio of 0.8. While Gemini is saying, no, ChatGPT, you're wrong. It's going to be 0.45. And then Claude and Grok are in the middle. So that's going to be an interesting one to watch.
Absolutely. And I like when the consensus breaks in here, because the way that we use this methodology, and you can explore further on our social media, we kind of explain it a little bit more in detail in there, is these are all using the same prompt for each of these AI models, right? So if there's any deviation from it, it was not user error, right? It was entirely the AI's or kind of reasoning that took it there. But let's go back to GU and kind of get a general sentiment for
get us
what's
back on
going
track.
on in here.
Yeah.
So this top level dashboard is really good to get a general hope, like attendance and everything at the conference, right? So Merck, by far, taking the cake with the number of mentions on Expos, and we could probably go in and check, right? So, by the way, it's interesting, and we like to do this, the building and public things, but maybe for the GU, GI specific conferences, we remove GU and GI as a category from the conditions, because I don't think we're going to see any lung abstracts on here. Anyways, building in public.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I mean,
we found an idea.
If I'm in GU and GU is the top mentioned condition by abstracts, gee, thanks, LARVOL.
I think the intent was not to just say GU, but within GU, all right, what is the ranking of the specific tumor type within GU? Now, that would be useful.
Yeah, that would be very useful, right? So we could start it over at prostate, and not even start at solid tumor, because there might be a couple mentions for liquids in here.
Right. It might be a quirk of the way we classify these, which sometimes are broadened as a GU not otherwise specified. That might be it.
It might. Right. Let's continue looking at this. So if you go to top trials, which is kind of the place where the buzz happens, I really like kind of seeing both sides of the spectrum before the conference, right? To understand, one, what the generally good comments are for the buzzing trials, and two, what the negative comments are for the buzzing trials. Because for me, as a non-oncologist, not super technical, like I understand the field enough to build and sell products, but not enough to tell somebody what to take or have an extended conversation. But the data is not out there, right? So how can LightSpark 11 have generally good comments? So positive RP3 will be presented, both adding HIF2 inhibitor, Nobel Prize, SOC trials positive. Saturday, February 28 will be the day RCC achieves another milestone. So
And
Dr.
and
Cherry,
Dr. Cherry, who's of course a top KOL and digital opinion leaders, is tagging NCCN. Say, hey, NCCN. So I guess that's a hint that they should
a
become
little bit,
SOC, right?
and it seems like it, right? If we look at what Dr. Ambika is saying and what Dr. Powell's is saying, they're within the same trend, right? So, like, look, this might be the day in which RCC changes, and we have a new SOC for this. So I like the spirit on here, a little bit predictive, pre-data. What about LightSpark 22, which is this is the one that our AI prediction said that was going to be a big flop. So the same comment, right? The day RCC achieves another milestone. So this is mentioning both trials actually. So it's Dr. Cherry versus AI, and Dr. Powell's versus AI. Right? Niagara.
I've got a question for our producer. Hey, Shahir, check on Twitter as we speak. This morning, there was a lot of buzz about a trial result in muscle-invasive bladder cancer that had a terrific result. And the whole idea that you could pass a track between the two lines of the Kaplan-Meier curve, and many of the KOL posted that track, actually. I want to know if it is one of these trials. I looked very quickly. Our listeners might already know that, but certainly it took this morning that was buzzing on X quite a bit. Maybe check which trial it is, Shahir, and tell us live if it's one of the trials presenting here at ASCO GU. Oh, that's a publication, right? There's a published the full results. That's the one that has the huge hazard ratio and the greatly separating curves of their Kaplan-Meier curve? I guess, huh? Right.
Right. Back to this.
Back to this.
If we look at also kind of general other statistics, right? So I think the main one to look at pre-conference is top trials. And then if you're attending, maybe top genes, top drugs, to get a picture of what's going to be presented. And if the conference is worth or not worth attending, which at this stage might be too late to decide. But if you're an independent consultant, please go right ahead. Decide what conference you're going to a week before.
That's not the
feature
one. There was another KM. That's not the KM curve that everybody's talking about on Twitter this morning. Yeah. There's another one with a much even more drastic separation of the curve that everybody on Twitter is talking about today in MIBC. Right. That's okay.
Anyway, an analytic that I really like looking at is the comparison with previous years by abstracts, right? And I think that as we collect more data from previous years, we're going to be able to expand this. So I think the baseline will always be 2024. And then when we get to 2027, 2028, right, we'll see the data back to 2024. So you can see how different drugs have been trending on different years, different MOAs have been trending on different years, different conditions have been trending on different years, right? From what we can see here, hopefully RCC is the trending thing here. With those two trials that are hopefully going to break through on the space, right? But this gives you a general picture of how the trends have been changing. So we can see that Pembro is losing a little bit of popularity this year, logically, right? There's a patent comparison next year. Nivo as well, right? So there was a lot more buzz for all different drugs.
But we cannot compare though, because the data is not all here, right? We are a few days before the. Oh, it's a number of abstracts.
No, it's by abstracts, yeah.
So you're right. Correct. Yeah.
This is fact.
It's not buzz. It's fact. You're correct.
This is fact. So
this is fact.
Very interesting. And then
I agree. I yield.
Yeah, particularly like we can see how DLL3, sorry, didn't get any buzz on 2025. 0 abstracts published for it. And then this year it's kind of back on trend. It came back. So some of these genes, some of this MOA, some of these drugs might be like fast fashion. Some of them might be here to stay. And we've got a very clear, easy way to see it for every single one of the conferences you're attending. So I don't know. I'm super looking forward to seeing everybody next week and kind of getting an idea of what the buzz is going on and what happens with the LightSpark trials.
And we'll post the result. Actually, after the conference, we'll have another podcast where we'll have a lot more data.
Yes.
And we'll present the result. Also, if you're interested in testing our conference insights reports, let us know. And we might be able to send you an example before the conference, at the end of every day of the conference, and after the conference. We have report that we push to our customers and our friends, where we analyze everything that has been said, and we are real time with a lot of great information. So we have a very differentiated report that is near real time. We'd love to show it to you. On that note,
Absolutely.
Daniel, we'll see you at Moscone West very soon, and we'll do our next postcard from the floor. Au revoir.